All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Pre-Market Show. Hope everyone is having an amazing morning today. Good morning, Norm. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm doing well. How about yourself? Happy Friday.
Yes, happy Friday. Doing good, doing very good. Um, all right, let's get started. Let's look into what we had yesterday. We had a lot of movers yesterday. I think just a lot of activity, especially with the way the market's been trading. It's just creating a lot of movement, which is great for us, right? Let's start with Roku. I mean, Roku was just unbelievable yesterday. A lot of the people in the chat room took this trade. Um, and again, it's just turned out to be amazing. They had some earnings the night before, and they had gapped up, and then as you can see from here, it's just taking off nicely. So let's look at the 5 minute. Andrew called this out. I mean, a lot of you guys also had it on your list as well. Again, this could have traded so many different ways. You could have done a great opening range breakup. The 5 minute, you can see right in here for this gate. You get this beautiful pullback here that you got in here. You could also play the bull flag. You got a nice bull flag building up here. Another nice pullback in this area. Right in here for the break of the high of the day, and then it just continues to take off. Here it becomes a little harder to get in. Once you have such a big move like this, you already missed the 5 opening range, the 10. You also have a bull flag here. Now you get this huge move. It's not easy to get in this trade here. At this point, you don't want to chase and get caught into a pullback. So becomes a little tougher, and then you don't want to short it, right? One of the rules, not one of the rules, but one of the things we always tell members, and Brian is always telling us, don't short strong stocks, right? Nothing good can come out of that. And you can see the one very clean, again, beautiful pullbacks, ABCD patterns here, and just kind of slowly grinding higher on these moving averages, right? And we always talk about just one thing. We always talk about the 9. The 9, it's okay, but you really don't want to use it as you don't want to pay too much attention on it, especially on the 1 minute, because look how it tests it a few times here, right? Comes down, it breaks the 9, but then this one here, you really want to pay attention to this one. Look at that support, bounces right off of it and goes higher. So again, Roku was an amazing trade yesterday. STMP was nice. Man, this was my FOMO trade of the day yesterday. I had a beautiful entry at 40.05, and I didn't get filled. It was an STR from the gate, and I just didn't get filled. There's a pullback here. It was actually right in this area. I wanted to get in here. I missed that one. Tried again. Tried to get in here. Missed that one as well. And then just called it a day. Didn't chase it after that. But this was a beautiful opening range breakdown. If he was able to get in and get filled, this was an amazing trade as well. You can see it just beautifully follows his 9 moving average. Gets to this bottom down here. We did have a level because I did mark that level. I think it was this. I don't know if it was this 3680. Yeah, I might have marked that after the fact. But there was a level in here that we had marked from our pre-market show. Again, just a beautiful trade on STMP. Unfortunately, just a short selling restriction made it really hard to get in. Yeah, John, you have to. Unfortunately, John has a question where what was I placing limit orders to get into an STMP? Unfortunately, you do. When the stock is on short selling restriction, which already this morning it is, I do have shares for sure because I got the .S in here. But unfortunately, when something is on short selling restriction, you have to sit on the ask. So what kept happening is I put my order in at 40.05, above 40.05. For the pullback, and it sat there. It got close to it, didn't get filled. When it did this pullback, when it kept selling off, I did not chase it. For me here, this was not a good entry now, so I took my order out. When it pulled back up and I saw, okay, it's kind of stalling out again around the same area, I put in an order around 40 now, and by the time the stock started dropping, I still didn't get filled. And at that point, it came down here. I said, okay, I say I'm done. I'm not chasing it no more. And that made me miss, unfortunately, Roku, right? So if there's any luck in trading, that's it right there, right? Me trying to get into this trade and not getting in, and then missing out on Roku, because obviously you just can't watch everything. So the fear of missing out was an all-time high yesterday. After that, Oxy we had on our list because Oxy, again, was at this level here. We had several levels I could have bounced off from. But it didn't. It sold off and it just became very choppy. And Oxy just seems very difficult to trade. I'm starting to notice that. The last several days I've been watching this stock. No, I'm not sure if you had it on your list, but it's becoming.
Yeah, I tried to chase it yet. I tried to trade it yesterday and it didn't work out. So.
Yeah, it's. I was watching the action. It is very, very choppy. It's not easy to trade. So again, just be careful with this one. I didn't find any way to get into an opportunity out of this trade. Yeti was nice too. I saw Yeti also. Yeti been pretty choppy here at the open, but then let me move the chart over a little bit so we can see everything. Yep. Then here it kind of went up, tests VWAP right on here, and then it drops down nicely. I unfortunately did not have shares for short on Yeti yesterday for some reason, and I was not able to take advantage of that move, and that's why I started looking at STMP. But again, just a nice drop here. It goes right to VWAP, tests the VWAP, and we talk about this, right? When the stock is pretty weak, the pre-market, this is a move that Brian loves. Brian loves this move, and he'll talk about it when he's trading live. He waits for the pullback to the VWAP. I'm not sure. He probably traded this. I gotta ask him. Waited for the move to the VWAP, and then he expects a sell-off. He'll get in right in this area here, expecting this sell-off, and that's exactly what happened. Again, this is a move that Brian takes very often at the morning. INTC, let's take a look at this. INTC sold off. Really didn't give you a pullback after this drop here. Just kind of sold off, and it just kind of hung out here. I was watching this price action, but I was not really too interested after this huge drop. And INTC could tend to be very choppy sometimes, so you got to be a little bit careful with it. But again, I didn't like the way this traded here. It was a beautiful drop. If you were able to catch it close to VWAP for the break of the low of the day, that was nice. But again, after this candle here, I was not really paying attention to it. Roku we talked about. Again, Roku being probably the trade of the day yesterday, hitting all-time highs, now at 83.17, I believe, right? So that was nice. TPR was good. I was watching this one also. It was nice, but the price action, although it looks clean now, the price action was not clean. The spread seemed a little weird. The volume just wasn't as clean as I would like. And again, it's just a nice drop here. Then it gets into pure chop. Once you start seeing these type of wicks, you want to stay away from something like this because it could just get really messy. And it does. It kind of just trades around this trend here, tries to hold certain levels and just back and forth, back and forth. WK
spread right there's almost $1 right now too.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't notice what the spread was yesterday, but yeah, this is that's insane. That is insane. All right, what do we have here? WKHS. This one I didn't watch closely really. I only watched this 6, so I don't know what the price action looked like, but it just looked like it had a nice sell-off here, a nice pop toward above the VWAP, and then a beautiful drop. Did it recover? I know these guys have some positive news. The president tweeted about them opening up. I believe they're some kind of old factory, right, for cars. Or was it cars? I forgot what it was.
Yeah, GM factory that's shutting down. He was tweeting they're going to open an electric truck factory there.
Okay, gotcha. All right, cool. So, they had their daily chart. They had a nice pop over the last couple of days, but it's giving some back now. Again, so just not sure if it's going to hold here in a situation where it can go either way, right? This will be key today. Is it going to hold this 180-ish level and continue higher, or is it going to go back down to its normal trading range? All right, guys. So that's what we had yesterday. Let's take a look at what we have today. Right now, this list looks a little slim, but sometimes these type of gappers lists is better than having, like we've been having the last 2 days, seems like, 20 on the list here, and hard to determine which one is actually moving with the market and which one is just, moving on its own, a real true stock and play, right? Like Roku yesterday was a stock and play. And Andrew was mentioning this as well, and Brian Norman, they got on the mic after Andrew was done trading. The markets were going down and Roku's just tearing it up, right? They're just ripping higher. So that's clearly a stock and play moving on its own, a fundamental news, whatever the case was. Let's look at Z here. So Z is up 16.3, 187,000 shares traded so far. Pre-market action looks okay. What is going on with Z today? This is up quite a bit. Let's see what we have. All right, Z. All right, so they got a. Looks like they are. Bank of America maintains underperform on Zillow. All right, so I don't know why they're gapping up. I don't see any earnings or anything. So I just see Bank of America says their target price is 35 and they're going up. So
yeah,
don't get it.
They reported last night.
Oh, they did. Oh, I didn't see that.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yep.
All right, so earnings is up. Thanks, guys. Yeah, this looks good. I like it. 88,000 shares traded. Daily chart looks good. We can definitely find some levels in here. Some very clean levels are off this daily. I'm gonna remove the levels at the bottom. So yeah, I like the way this one looks. We'll keep an eye on this. Pre-market action right now, it's okay. It needs to get better, and the volume is increasing, so that's good. Hopefully we can get these candles to just continue, getting higher and higher, kind of build that ramp, right? We want to see that ramp with volume. Stay consistent there. JD is making a lot of noise this morning, up 6.4. Look at the volume, 3.2 million shares traded so far. So just completely insane. This I looked up earlier, is on earnings, so this is nice. Their daily chart though, I mean, I really hadn't looked at JD's daily chart the way I'm looking at it now, but over the last couple of days, I know MU, AMD all been chopping around here, and then they finally broke out of this range. We'll look at those in a second as well. But man, this one just looks more horrible than all these other stocks, right? I mean, it just looks, these wicks, these candles all look very choppy. But today, definitely in play. JD can give you some really good moves, but we also seen it on its dark side when it trades very choppy. We've seen that as well. But today, definitely in play. Tons of volume, up quite a bit, 6.5. Looking forward to see what that gives us in the morning. JMIA. This is the recent IPO, I believe, right? I'm talking about recent. I'm talking about just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, they haven't been public for very long. It's been a wild ride up to 50 and then down, cut back in half again.
Yeah, look how testing this level twice right here. 1, 2, and then right back down. And then you had a support here that was trying to hold, couldn't hold it, dropped that yesterday, and now man, it looks great for this 1813. It is on short selling restrictions right now. I do not have shares for sure. Does IB have any shares for sure, or it's just too reason of an IPO? I think Norm might have muted his mic.
No, there are no shares on IB either for sure.
Okay. Oh man, yeah, because this does look interesting for this level 1813. But we'll keep it on here again. No short bias, no bias of any kind. We want to see what the pre-market action gives us and what the open gives us. So 145,000 shares traded right now. Not much volume, but the daily chart looks really good. It looks very nice. All right, next we have PBYI. PBYI down 36.5. Wow, that's they're hurting this morning. Yeah. Let's see. We have
Puma is a wild stock.
Yeah. Looks like, and we have this level here. They cracked below. So we have this 1992, which we cracked. We have another one right on here. I'm gonna mark this down because I'm already here. So I'm gonna mark down this level. What do we have? 1777. So I'll mark that down. So yeah, so interesting daily chart. Very nice drop here. This earning, guys, I haven't looked this one up. PBYI, yep, earnings this last night. All right, so yeah, so this one is interesting. Down quite a bit. Definitely not some good news for these guys. 274,000 shares traded so far. Pretty choppy. On here as well. Yeah, so Abby was telling me, yeah, downgraded too. Yeah, I'm sure as well. They probably got some downgrades. So yeah, pretty choppy at the moment, just kind of not creating a nice flow. It does have 274,000 shares traded, so quite a bit of a volume. Hopefully this can create some kind of movement for us. But the daily chart is definitely interesting. I like this drop here. We are definitely going to watch this one, and then we'll check these levels, see if they're still relevant, right? We got 22, 25. We'll check them in a second. We'll come back to it, look at the details, and see if we can keep those levels, or if we have newer information that can be used instead. Nasdaq active, we have JD on here, which is again going to be in play today. Next we have Gene 1.2 million shares traded so far. Man, this thing's got some volume. Not a great pre-market action at the moment. Looks like a penny stock, usually trading under a buck. Yep, it is, but again, some huge volume in here. Well, that's type big. There we go. Some huge volume right in this area. 1.3 right now. So it's no stranger to higher prices. You can see here hitting 140, hitting $2. What is the float? 15 million. So it's not a low. I was expecting lower, but 15 million shares float. Still, again, guys, this is usually penny stocks. Anything trading under a buck for several days like that is very dangerous. So I'm probably not going to trade it, but we will get some levels for it. We'll look at it, up 63%. I wonder if there's any fundamental news, anything that's helping this move here. So I'm looking at it now. So Gene and Benzinga. Oh, they had a successful completion of 2 new groundbreaking genetic risk tests. Okay, so they got some breaking news here. Yeah, let's see how that reacts. The type of news. See how that reacts today. Next, we have TBRGW, which is probably not tradable. Again, look at this pre-market action, no good. ESGE, at the moment, nothing going on. NASDAQ ETF, we'll skip that one. TBRG, which is probably in line with this one. Also nothing going on. TVIX, again, this was moving crazy yesterday, right? As the markets were dropping, this thing has taken off here a couple days ago as well. The markets dropped, this thing took off. So we talk about, you know, if you want to trade the SPY when it's shorting it, when it's being when it's dropping, this could be a good alternative, right? The SPY is very expensive. This one is only $28. You can trade this as opposed to the SPY. Next, we have NASDAQ ETF. Then over here, we have AWSM. AWSM, what do we got going on? So up 18.6, but it already has lost a lot of it. So it was up as high as 389 today, already down at 274. This looks doesn't look great. When you're up that much and you start dropping like that, flow is 6.52. We'll keep it on here. We'll look at it, but I'm probably not going to watch it again. Just to try and stay away from these type of stocks that are very unpredictable and you can really get hurt on, right? You can really take a big hit on these type of stocks, these low floats. Next we have AMD. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at AMD. We don't have a huge list today, so like AMD, MU, Nvidia, Apple. These are things that we watch often that you might want to keep on your watch list today. Up next over here we have TBGRW. We looked at already. Gene, we looked at already. It's a low float. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one that has some serious volumes. Got some news about possible risk drug being approved. Next we have CREX. Not much going on there. AWSM we have already. Again, up 18% now. Probably was up as high as 30, right? Because look at this pop all the way over here, but now she's kind of losing it all. Next we have WPRT. WPRT. Not much going on here. No volume. CG. Nothing happening. Looks like it's starting to get going. It's up 15% though. I don't like the daily chart as much. Let's see something here. ZG. All right, no, CG is interesting. Let's see what it does. Right now, pre-market action doesn't look great. It is a higher flow stock. At the moment, only 60,000 shares traded, but I like the fact that it's up 15%. So just want to take a look at it in a few minutes, see if it does anything. If not, we'll chop it. Next, we have Z. Z and CG might be connected here. All right. GH. What we have on GH, not much volume right now. Fork, nothing happening. And last one on here, HROW, not much going on. All right, so let's see what you guys got going on. So Abio is giving me Sync. Not Sync. This is Semantic, right? Systematic or something like that?
Yep. Symantec.
Symantec, yes, the software company. Oh, they're down quite a bit today, 15.2. That's nice. Good daily chart. Let me get rid of some of these levels. Good. Yeah, there it goes. Was a little too congested there. Oh, yeah, this looks good. Wow, what's going on with these guys? They are dropping hard. So we will definitely watch this one. Let's see the pre-market action.
They had earnings last night.
Yeah. Now, this looks choppy a bit, even with 438,000 shares, not really creating that nice flow we like to see, right? We like to see that ranging flow. That's not being created. JD is creating that a little better. A little choppy here, right? It's just kind of trying to find his way, more like consolidating, but this is creating a very nice flow here. JMA starting to get started. PBY, choppy. AMD choppy right now. CG, not much going on. But I do like the daily chart on this one, so we'll take a look at it. This looks good. Uber, yes, Uber opens up today, so around 10:30ish, around 11:50, between 10:30ish and 11:15, that should come out. So we'll be on the lookout for that. GoPro, yes, I did want to look at GoPro. So GoPro, GPRO.
Yeah.
I know this one had earnings last night and it took off. So let's look at the daily chart yesterday. Again, just post market, this thing was taking off nicely here, and today is up 5.8. 160,000 shares traded. Why it's not in our gap list? Is it ATR base?
ATR. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, ATR only 25 cents. Okay. Still, today of the last couple of days has been a little more active, so the ATR could be slightly higher. Especially today with this gap up. So right now, pre-market action not looking great. But again, I want to see that. Let's see the action on this one. It did pop up nicely, up 5.7 at the moment. Let's check what we get out of here. All right, let's take a look at BABA. Let's see what we have here. All right, so BA at the moment. Let's get rid of some of these levels. Oh, what a nice bounce here. Just a beautiful bounce off these levels. So now we're in the point where we gotta make a decision what he wants to do. Where's the SPY doing? What we have going on with the SPY? Just looking.
SPY looks almost like Baba.
Oh yeah, I figured.
Just kind of curling up right there at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. So Baba again, just daily chart looks exactly like the SPY. But again, opposed to trading the SPY, might want to trade Baba. It's a lower price, and when the markets are moving well, Baba does move well. It moves with the market. We've seen that before. Obviously, right now we have some levels on here. Not gonna watch it at the moment because I think I have plenty on here. But Baba could be interesting, especially if we start getting a drop. You know, Baba, AMD, MU, all these stocks you want to keep an eye out for. Apple's another one as well. So Apple also had a nice bounce yesterday. Today's got some volume, 393,000 shares traded, down 1.3. Again, just kind of very similar to what the SPY is doing. The SPY is not down as much, only 0.5%. But Apple's got some activity. So you can see on here is it's dropping nicely. It's got some volume. And the daily chart looks good. Daily chart looks really good because you got a lot of levels, a lot of clean levels. Look at this one here. This one has been acting as a huge support yesterday. Let's see what it does today. And also a couple of days ago, it was tested here, and it took off as well. So Apple's in a very interesting situation. The daily chart looks good. This can also be watched as well. I'm gonna put it on here. We'll get some levels. I do like this daily chart. All right. So what else we have? Lyft. What is Lyft up to?
Lyft has a flat.
It's flat. Okay. Yep. Not much.
No, it has a flat.
It has a what?
It has a flat.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Lyft, I don't know, man. This stock I find it very hard to trade. So
yeah, it is.
It's very difficult. So just be careful with it. At the price action, it's just very hard for me to read the price action on this one. Daily chart looks good though. Again, looks like it wants to put a bounce here, but you can't be biased with it. It can continue to drop lower. It obviously couldn't hold this level that it had here. We had some support here. It broke it 2 days ago. Got the bounce back here probably because of the market. Is in a very indecision state right now with no volume. So we'll have to wait for this one to decide what it wants to do. Yeah, Roku.
Eric just mentioned Roku, and I've got that on my list for a follow through. See what it does today.
Yeah, yep. I fully agree. Again, had a huge day yesterday. So today will be interesting to see. I'm gonna watch that one as well. Because I think after a big day like this, you definitely have some kind of follow through. Maybe not right at the open. Maybe you had to wait for it to settle in. But you can find either a trend trade can continue as uptrend or sell off. But it's been so strong. I don't expect a huge sell off on Roku. So we'll see. Anything's possible. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me just make sure I'm updated here. All right. Excellent. Okay, so DBX, Dropbox. Yeah, interesting daily chart. Also popping up a bit here. Do they have any news? Not much volume at the moment. So the pre-market action is not looking great because of it. So again, but I see
they had earnings like 2 days ago, I believe.
Huh.
So
okay, all right. Yeah, it's weird. 2 days ago they didn't. Well, they dropped, but I guess some further stuff came out kind of explaining the earnings. People are happy now. It could happen, but again, it's gapping up right now. But the pre-market action is not looking too good at the moment. All right, let's Norm, anything you have aside from Apple? I know you have GoPro today.
No, just my same stuff and what you've already talked about. So nothing special, no.
Okay, sweet. Are we going to short Uber? No, I'm not going to short Uber. No way.
And shares they won't be available to short today anyway.
Yeah. But I won't go long or short or something like that because it's really a gamble when something opens. Now there are strategies to ways to trade that, but that's not our niche. I know some traders in our room do trade IPOs. They have their checklist, and as stuff checks out, they'll take a trade on it. But I try to stay away from those. All right,
Eagle Bear
has a great question.
I'll answer you
that one?
Yeah, I'll answer you for the China question. So, a lot of the weird chart patterns you see in foreign companies are because of foreign exchange. And I believe it's the yuan can't be traded on the foreign markets or something along those lines, keeps it so that it's not quite as crazy. So JD and Baba are foreign companies, but they're traded on the U.S. exchanges, and there's not that issue, so they're a little bit smoother.
Yep, agreed. Well, like what's the example of one? Fiat. What's the thing for Fiat Chrysler? That one is usually all over.
FCAU. FCAU.
Oh, SCAU.
F.
Oh, F.
Yeah. BP's another good one.
Yeah, here's one. Here's one that's foreign that is always
really
nasty. This is a nasty daily chart here. So something like this you stay away from. Usually throughout the days is very choppy, very algo-like trading. But then you have other ones like Baba, JD that trade very good. They trade very clean. So compare this now to like a Baba, right? This is more tradable. This has a lot more liquidity, a lot more volume to trade. So, all right, guys, let's get into this. David's giving us BP. What is BP up to?
I think he was just mentioning foreign company with another funky chart.
Yeah. This is another one. This is another one that's nasty as well. Yep. Thank you. All right, let's get into it. So, let's look at Z. Or Z, as Brian would like to say. Should be joining us in a few minutes. Z,
oh yes, Zed.
Yeah. So Zed here is I like the daily chart. Let's see if the pre-market action is getting any better. Yeah, pre-market action I think is interesting. 297,000 shares traded so far. Looks like it's trying to lose. It might drop. We have several levels we can find here. So let's mark the high of the pre-market sitting at 41 right there, and then the price action is kind of tapping this level here. I'm going to mark it down, 38.91, right? Very close to the low of the pre-market right now. I'm not sure if it's going to hold. We have a moving average coming here down the daily chart right below that level. So let's see if it holds here. Obviously, this level was huge resistance back in the days here in April. And below that, we have another one down here at 38.39, which is pretty close, but I'm still going to mark it. That's also a place where it can, it can find some support. A clear moving average here as well. This moving average could be put, but I'm going to put it slightly up here around 36.76 because I do like this day coming down and taking off. Another test here, and then once it breaks, then you can see it starts using it as resistance. Comes right back up here. It kind of can get to it right there, but then again starts using it as support one more time here. So you can see on these several days and these 2 days as well. So I do like that 36.76, and then you have a moving average also slightly below that. So I like those levels towards the top. Let's see if it can hold this 38.91. So towards the top, higher the pre-market, very close to what this level is. So I'm not going to mark that. If not, I would have marked this level right in here at 40.50. And the reason I would have marked that is because again, you have these 2 days here using it as resistance, and then you have also this day using it as support, and then you have this day where you see the sell-off on this day here. You have a sell-off, and then it bounces right back up to that level again, and it closes right on that 40.50, right? So I would have marked that. Actually, no, we could leave it. Doesn't matter. We'll leave it. 40.50, that's a good level I have here. But 41.02 right above it is the high of the pre-market. So clean levels up here, guys. Again, when you have a chart that moves like this, when you have a daily chart that does, this clean moves like that, it's easy to find levels, right? You have one at 42.28, clearly several days right on here. Clearly you have one here, 43, and you have one all the way up here as well, right? So very clean levels. Not saying we'll get up there, just kind of showing you when you have a nice chart like this, you can find levels. If the daily chart looks like this and you're doing that, it's very difficult to find clean levels. So I do like Z right now, holding this 38.91. Let's see what it does. Volume is nice. I'm looking forward to see what that brings to us. All right, JD is strong. Heading back up now. Did a kind of beautiful double bottom here. Not as clean, right? We like double bottoms to kind of be level, or at least a second bottom to be a little higher. This is quite the opposite, but just look at how it holds this here. Dips a little lower than this level that we have here, and now it's taking off nicely. Look at the moving average below it, crossing and everything. So this is sweet. Looks like the is actually open already for on the market, right? So this looks good. JD is nice. Let's get some levels. I'm gonna remove the ones we have now. If I hit the right button, that will work. There we go. So we have 30.49 high of the pre-market. So I'm going to keep that one on there. This one here, I'm going to put back 31.61 is the high of these days. You got several. See, this daily chart is a little choppy in here. You see this here, all these wicks. So it's very tough to find any type of level in between here, right? So again, you have a clear one here, clean one here. You have obviously the high of the pre-market is clean. You can see it's been tested several times in here. But then right in here, I like to have something between, you know, a dollar move like this. There's nothing really clean. But I'm going to just mark this one here. Not saying this is the best, strongest, and not the latest and greatest, but 31.01 will be the level I'm going to put on there just to have something in between here as an indicator. So towards the bottom, what do we have? Again, just another daily chart is just very choppy. The price action is actually sitting on a good level. So I'm going to mark it down. This 29.78 is a good level because you have here, you have resistance, you have support, and then several days kind of consolidating around it, but kind of closing or opening or close to that level. So I'm going to mark that down just to have it. Then towards the bottom, we have another level here at 28.94, and then all the way down here, last one, 28.29. So plenty of levels on JD. Let's see how this plays out. Looks like it wants to bounce back up towards the high of the pre-market. If it can do that, that would be great. I'm looking for some good opportunities at the open here, and we can play both ways. We got shorts available inventory here. So JMIA, I'm not going to watch. Few reasons. On short selling restrictions, recent IPO, looks great for a short, but I don't have shorts available. So I'm just going to remove this one. And also the pre-market action is not looking fancy here. Not looking at anything exciting at the moment. It definitely needs more volume. So I'm going to remove this one. PBYI pretty choppy right now. It does have 324,000 shares traded. Let's look at the daily chart. So I love this drop, 35% drop. This is nice. This is Puma, so they think they had earnings either yesterday or this morning. Norm had mentioned. So we do have a level all the way down here, 1777. Low of the pre-market we're going to mark now at 1875. So we'll put that down here. And then what do we have for? I have a 1992, right? So 1992 is coming back. This is actually, I'm going to zoom in here, guys, so you can see. 1992 is coming back from these several days on here where it last found some support. And then above that, we have this 22.25. Look at this 22.25, how great this level is. Plenty of days using it as support, kind of stuck bouncing within this range of 25 and 22. So I really like that level on there. And then we also going between this level, we're going to mark the high of the pre-market because it's the most recent level. So you want to have that also as well. Although 22.25 is strong support and resistance, and also 1992 is pretty good. So right now, crappy pre-market action, but I like the daily chart. Has some decent volume. Let's hope that at the open we can get something good going there. AMD, it's just pure chop. I think AMD is probably going to follow whatever the market does. Kind of like a BABA, kind of like an Apple. Well, Apple looks clean today. So you know what? I'm gonna remove AMD for now. I'm gonna remove it for now. ZG not doing much. I'm gonna remove it. Again, just put it on here to see if the volume will get better. Still hasn't gotten better. Actually, it's getting worse. No pre-market action, although it's up 15.8. This is something we can watch later on. See if the pre-market, if the open gives us something. So let's put some levels on here. You got 40.05 high of the pre-market. Then towards the bottom, you got 38.38, which is very close to this level here. So I like that. And then you have this one, 36.63. So not too excited about this one. Just putting some levels on here in case something happens unexpectedly, but not going to watch this one. So we're going to remove it. Symantec, this one pretty choppy right now, up 14.7, 552,000 shares traded, but the daily chart is really good on this one. Huge drop on this 14 something, 14.7. So let's mark down low of the pre-market sitting at 1831. Below that, we have two clean levels we can find here. So I'm gonna mark down this one here, 1790, and I'm also gonna put this one here, 1746, right? It can bounce from either one of those. If it runs past through 1790, then 1746 will be the next one. Look at that 1746. Look at that. Boom, boom. That's beautiful. So you know, obviously we did it here. clearly on those two levels, and we can possibly do it again if we lose this law of the pre-market. So all right, towards the top, high of the pre-market sitting at what do we have here, 1902. And then we have the gap, obviously. Let's find something in between here in case we decide to try to make it, try to close this gap a little more. It's a long way up. I don't think we'll get there, but stuff can run after it sells off like this if it's over exaggerated. So we have a level in here at 1923. Can mark that down. Actually, it's gonna probably run right through that now. There he goes. Then above this, what can we find here? Something clean. Yeah, this day here. I like this level 2011. Got a days bouncing up here, coming back down to where the price action is now, then heading right back up to that 2011 area, and then support 2 days on here before it does this takeoff and has a nice pop with that gap. Wait, I put the same levels at the same place. I'm gonna take off this 1903. There we go. All right, so this looks interesting. I like the way it's trading right now. Pretty active. This looks good. GoPro at the moment not doing much, but it had a really good day yesterday after hours. High of the pre-market 753. Low of the pre-market sitting right now at 7. Price is being tested, and so we'll mark that down 7. All right. I think that's basically it. It's all-time high. I don't believe it's all-time high. No, it's not. Let's see if we can find something above.
Oh no. You have to go back a long way.
Long way. All right, so I'm not gonna do that today. I think this is one of my possibles. Not really something I'm going to watch. It's gonna be one of my possibles just because the action's not there yet. But I want to keep an eye on it just in case. All right, so Apple. What do we have going on in Apple? Getting a little bounce here. All right. So Apple has several levels for us already. We have this one right on here, the low of the low of yesterday, and then very close to where the low is now. So I'm not gonna mark it down, but it looks like it's definitely holding this level. It held this several times in the past. You can see here and here it held those levels, so that's good. Towards the top, you have one level right in here that you can mark down. You have this 199.31. Then above that, you got plenty. You got previous day close, previous day high and lows. And some moving averages as well. Towards the bottom, let's do one more towards the bottom just in case this thing decides to sell off. I'm gonna find something here that looks clean. Let's look at this daily chart, see what we get. So right in here, just kind of grinding up. I don't see anything that's extremely clean, but let's mark down this 193.60. We also have a moving average slightly there as well, so that's good. But I'm marking that 193.60 because of these 3 days on here, right? So you got resistance, support comes back and tests that support again, and then it takes off. So that's the reason why I'm putting that 193.60. Again, best support levels and resistance are when it does this, right? You get a change in direction, some extreme. So like this one here would be a perfect support, right? And then you have several days testing that support, right? If it came back down here and tested again, the more it's being tested, the stronger that is. So you got 2 tests on here, so that's why that 84 will be clean. Not as clean as the 193.60, but you want to have something in there. You also got some moving averages around that same area. But Apple looking strong right now. Looks like it wants to get above VWAP. Keep an eye on that. Roku is pretty choppy, but after such a monstrous day yesterday, let's remove some of these levels because obviously we got new information on here. We got this pop here. I believe this was the high of all time, right around 74.11. I think it's a little higher though. I think 74.40.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna get in there to get the exact number, but again, it's just a beautiful pop here. And then low of the pre-market right now, not moving much. 81.64. Could bring that down a bit. Where'd it go? Yep. Yeah, there it is. 81.64. And then towards the top, you only have 2 levels: previous day close and previous day highs. You keep that on there. Going to watch this because again, this could be exciting today after such a huge run up yesterday. All right, guys, so let's look at Gene. What is Gene doing? Yeah, Gene, I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to waste my time with these type of stocks. I mean, this has been trading under $1. Look at this choppiness, right? It's not even giving us a good, clean pre-market action to even make it attractive, right? Up 61%, that's great. 1.9 million shares traded, so that's also great. But again, just a lower flow stock. And again, this pre-market action is not attractive at all. So just going to remove it and stay away from it. I think we got some really good stocks in here between the mid and the large stocks that I'm going to watch. AWSM up 20%. Pre-market action it's better than Gene because it actually has a range here. It's selling off. It's trying to find some support, but also not interesting. Again, I'm just you can watch. I think it'll be in play, but really we have some really good stocks to watch today. Look at JD. Yeah, Brian, I'm with you. JD is really nice. It's really strong right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely be on the lookout for that. Z hopefully starts getting better. SYMC hopefully starts getting better as well. GoPro, we'll see what that does. Apple is very active, and Roku, looking forward to see how that opens. So gonna have my focus on these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so I'll have to get rid of one. I'll figure that out later when I get closer to the pre-market. All right. Anything else you guys have that we might have missed? Norm, anything has come up on your radar? Momo. Let's take a look.
Momo, but it's I tossed it myself. I wasn't a big fan, but that's just me. The spread was pretty nasty when I looked. It's gotten a lot better now.
Yeah.
I might reconsider it.
Yeah, it's definitely getting some action. Any news breakout on this, guys? Momo just started reacting at 9. Let's get some levels in here. I'm just going to remove the levels we have. In the meantime, we'll look at 28.30 low of the pre-market. Right there. What do we have under that? Oh, that 28.30 is a nice level. See, this is what I'm talking about, right? So look how this level is tested here. Once, kinda, not to the point, but again, remember, levels are an area, bounces back, comes right to it this time twice on 2 days, and then takes off. So this 28.30 is a very strong support. It has tested it right now already at the pre-market. Let's see what it does at the open. So again, it's got some activity going on here. Very nice level towards the bottom. If we lose that level, we have another one possible here at around 27.46, 27.50. You got several days again. Once again, using it as resistance and then support right here. So good, excellent. All right, and then towards the top you have the previous day low from yesterday, and then several on here from a couple of days, highs and lows. All right, yeah. So Momo is interesting, guys. I'm gonna put this on here. It's definitely got some activity happening.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
I've added it myself.
Yeah, it's definitely got some stuff going. So I'm gonna throw this on here.
See, even still though, it's still getting spready at times. It's 30 cents right now.
Yeah.
32. So
yeah,
just keep an eye on that if somebody decides to trade that.
BPL, yeah, this looks like a buyout. Is it a buyout? Rumors of a buyout or
yes,
confirmed buyout?
Yeah, it's being acquired at 41.50.
All right, yeah. So again, just not in play. Lyft started to move. Let's see what Lyft is doing. I see it came up in our gapper scanners now. So yeah, starting to put in a bounce here. Yeah, Lyft is interesting too, guys. If you want to watch that as well, I'm not going to watch. I don't like the way it trades right now. Hopefully in the future it'll get a little cleaner, but at the moment it just doesn't trade as clean as I would like it to be. And the spread is nasty too now, and I've seen the spread sometimes not be as clean on this stock. For a stock that's priced $56, you know, you want the spread to be very, very tight. Yes, Andrew is trading today. Andrew should be on in a couple of minutes. So he is trading today. All right, guys. What else? IQ. Let's take a quick look at IQ. Yeah, not much activity on IQ right now. Yeah. So not much going on IQ. No volume. Good morning, John. Welcome to the community. Glad you joined. First day. Nice. All right, guys.
Welcome, Joe.
Let's go over some announcement. Norm, that's what we got for today.
Yeah, a couple of things. Of course, if you're a BBT member, you can get and you use IB with DAS, you can get the upgraded $50 value at no cost upgrade. Some people were asking earlier where we get float. That's part of that data package in addition to some other things. So the link is up top in the alerts in the room. Andrew and I are going to be at our Dallas meetup. Ryan will be there as well, I believe, next Sunday night, the 19th. Then in Austin, the next night, Monday night, the 20th. will be there. And then Andrew's presenting at the Modern Traders Summit in Montreal on the 23rd or 2nd, I believe, of June, and the night before, the 21st. So the 22nd is the forum. The 21st, he'll have a meetup in Montreal. There's a link to that in the post above. If you're watching our pre-market show on YouTube and you haven't tried out our room and you'd like to, you can use the promo code premarket24 for the 2-week trial to try it at half price. And am I missing anything, Carlos?
No, I think you got it all, man. I think that's it.
Okay.
Yep. All right, guys. So that is our list for today. We have Z. So just want to go over this real quick. And I have one too many. I got to get rid of two. So I have Z on here again. Has some volume. Activity is pretty choppy. So I want to wait to see how this develops. But I like the daily charts popping up, 15.1. We have JD is definitely a monster today. Could be the Roku of today, the way this thing is moving. So I'm looking forward to that. BPYI is pretty choppy at the moment, but it is at a very good level. Look at this level down here. It could test these several levels we have from few days ago. So I like that. SYMC also pretty choppy, but again, it's gapping down 14.3. So this is nice. Stuck between two levels from previous weeks. So I'm looking forward to see how that opens up as well. GoPro's not doing much. You know what? I'm probably gonna drop GoPro. What I'll do is we have our levels on here, but the activity's not there at the moment. They had some news last night, so did a big move. So what I'll do is I'm gonna wait for that to hit our scanners, and I know that there's something going on there. I can pop into that. Apple is looking great, putting a nice bounce here, some good volume. We got some very good levels on here, so let's see what it does. Roku's one I'm going to watch again. Not much happening right now. Well, it's starting to probably get going. But after such a big move yesterday, we want to see the follow through on Roku today. And then Momo, we'll see how it develops. Again, just started getting really active at 9 a.m. here. Nice big drop right to this 2830 level, which we talked about earlier. Again, this 2830 level is very strong. You can see it being tested here several times. So we'll be on the lookout to see what it does around that area. So that's our watch list, guys. Thank you for joining the pre-market show. Again, it's Friday, so I'm like a broken record, me and Norm, when we say this. Trade well. It's important to trade well today. Follow your rules. You want to go into the weekend making sure that you didn't follow your rules and thinking about it Saturday morning, like, man, I feel horrible for not doing that. So red or green, follow your rules, be disciplined. Go into the weekend knowing that you were disciplined and you didn't do anything you're going to regret in your trading over the weekend. So trade safe, guys. Take care, and we will see you Monday morning, 8:30 Eastern time.
Trade safe, guys. Have a great weekend.